Alright, so I've been getting a lot of requests to show some combos that I do, and so I'm going to show you some combos that I use for Skarlet. I'm going to start with a higher damaging one, and obviously that's going to be a corner combo. Basically what happened here is you got the regular combo into the reset, which is 50%, so you end on a reset, and then you red dash, but then you open red dash. So it leaves you at frames, and so then you can continue your assault, and one of the faster moves that she has is 114, and then you do that into a red dash, and at this point they're forced to guess, either block low or block high. If they block low, well, they're gonna have to take the chance of getting hit with the overhead and then basically restart the combo over again. You only need to do it once and their health is completely gone. If they block high, you hit them with a low dash or the low slide, and you get an additional 12% damage, giving you a total of 62%. So another thing to do, I mean, a lot of people like to use the big string, I call it, which is this one. And if that's the case, it's best that you turn that into a reset, because the thing is, if they block that, you build a ton of meter, and you can continue pressure. You continue pressure on that. You know, you can just play around with it. You can usually jail people, or you can vary your strings up. So you're basically guaranteed to get a hit, so long as they don't poke out. So what to actually do with that string, if you do land it, is typically you're going to want to end in a reset. You're going to see something like this. And that dash gives you a little bit of options, so you can do whatever you want with that. You know, and you can carry on the combo and do some serious damage. If you seriously need to close the round out, there's ways to do that too. And you know, you're close to 40%, which isn't bad, and you've built quite a bit of meter. More damaging combos start usually with the back two. So there's a good 48% damage, no meter spent, which is really, really good. It's one of Skarlet's best things. There's other variations of that combo, but I find that one. There's another string that she has that's pretty good. It's the 2-1-2, and you're going to want to dagger cancel into that. So I will say, when you do get them up in the air, you're going to want to use 2 instead of 1. And the reason being is you get more damage off that. So let's look at a 1, it's 3%, and a 2 is 5%. Skarlet has some lesser known strings that you can exploit that people won't really see coming. You're in on them, you're doing some damage. And you know, they're going to stay blocking. So you can exploit the fact that some of your strings are very seldom used, in particular this one, which is forward 3-3, and the second hits low. Now what that'll do is to give you some sort of frame advantage. You really don't want to throw that one in unless you're going to do some sort of, like, if you get a jump in punch opportunity, maybe, but you know, if you're going to get a jump in punch opportunity, you're going to want to throw a bigger combo. And that one's a slow starter, so what you're going to do typically is, when you got him in pressure already, you can go ahead and throw that out, and that'll give you an advantage. So say you got him in pressure. You know, now you've got a little bit of a frame advantage to play around with them. Then you're going to get some serious damage. And a lot of times it will catch people off guard, because they're jumping in at you. That means they're expecting to do some sort of offense or something, you know. And if you do that to them, you know, they're caught off guard and they're gonna take some damage. Another good thing to do is if they're jumping in at you and you're at enough distance, you can actually start a combo off of a dagger cancel. Now this is a little bit more timing specific, so I would avoid doing it online. But as you can see off a dagger cancel, you get 23%, which isn't bad. Combos. And a good way to start a combo actually is to do EX dagger. So if you back up and you space it, you know, right, and they jump in at you, you can EX dagger and cancel. Which, as you can see, gives you quite a bit of frames. I think it's 21 frames. So you can EX dagger cancel and instantly start your pressure. And if they're smart, they'll block, and then it'll be something like this. And you're gonna get some damage. Finally, to pester people from full screen, dagger cancels. But it's best to vary them up a bit, so. It makes it hard to guess. They don't know what to do. And while they're sitting there blocking, or maybe they'll just duck. And so you'll sit there and build meter. But eventually that gets boring, right? So a good thing to do, you can close the distance. This is good for someone like Reptile who likes to dash a lot. You can get in from full screen while keeping it relatively safe. And finally get something started. A good way to get around people's anti-airs is the instant down daggers. You know, the reflex when they see someone jumping in at you is to anti-air them. Or in Sub-Zero's case, he might clone. But you can get around that. Some people can do it, instant air daggers, where they hit you in the head. I actually can't do that. I have to do it on the way down. And even then, I'm not 100%. But that's a good way to do it. You jump back, and you instant air dagger, close to the ground. Sometimes they'll try to jump in on you thinking that, you know, they're safe because you're in the middle of a jump, and you'll catch them with that dagger. And if you do, you just do another one into that, and they're in a combo. Okay, even more useful Skarlet tactics. Here's something that I do often. You got him, you're playing footsies, you're playing keep away. Maybe he's throwing smoke bombs and you're blocking him. But you want to actually get something going. So a good thing to do is a down 4 into a red slide. Gives you a quick bit of damage. Now, the thing is, that red slide is, you can block it. So it's not a guaranteed hit. As you can see, it's not showing me that I did a combo. You can do a red slide into from anything, but a lot of times the down 4 is really what catches people off guard. But I've caught people with standing 4s into red slides. Skarlet's armor is probably her greatest asset. It gets you out of things. EX red slide, or a red dash. So, let's say you get a red dash into a down slash. What can you do after that? You can build a ton of meter. That's what you can do. You build meter by doing the red dash and by doing the red dash down slash. So Skarlet is just a meter gaining fool. So you want to keep her doing some sort of special move all the time, which is more or less the basis of Skarlet. She's throwing daggers, she's dashing, she's doing all kinds of things. So she's always building meter, and that's what's great about her.